We've spent months bringing these old stone walls back to life, layer by layer, stone by stone, brushing, spooning, and encouraging each other along the way. And before we finished, we tucked a little magic inside. So today, we're finally revealing the walls and the secrets and sparkling gems they now hold.
Feels more like a home than ever.
We're getting there.
We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
Good morning, bom dia,
Bon dia.
and welcome to what we believe will be the final pointing or grouting of the stones episode.
Finished.
It has been a lot of work, and luckily we've had two other friends helping us, but as far as man hours go, I think Drew calculated that it was, well,
It's
at
30
the end.
full days of labor. It was 40 square meters of pointing that needed covered throughout our house, so that's 300 square feet. To anybody who works in square feet, a lot of hours.
But we are not done yet. Drew has Mario here, and they're working outside because, as you can see, it's like sunny again, finally. So they're working on some outside jobs that you'll see in upcoming episodes. But before you run away, I want us to take a Polaroid that I can put inside of our little secret bottle that I'm gonna hide in our wall.
Very fun.
Let's use your long arm.
Long arms.
You look all beautiful.
Fix the hat. 3, 2, 1.
I love Polaroids for this. Shake it like a salt shaker. While we wait for this to develop, I want to show you where our little secret message in a bottle is going to go.
Pretty soon. Ooh, it's starting to show a little.
You guys remember this massive hole in the wall up here? I can't reach it right now at the moment.
There you go.
I think this one, I mean, I could probably stick a bigger one in there, but I liked that this was like an old chocolate sprinkles bottle. And
Where do you even get that?
I was on a morning run and I like found it in the bushes. It was on the side of my trail. It's expired from 2005, so it's nearly vintage. Thought it was super cute.
It is cute.
We can put it in there and then like put a rock that can come in and out. Is that what we're thinking? I just think it's super fun up in this little secret corner to have something like that.
We know people traditionally used to hide their valuables in those corners.
Yes, our friend Abby, who was helping us, told us that when she was restoring her ruin, she found like an old ceramic pot that came out of her wall. There was nothing in it, but historically that's where locals or original peoples would hide their money. We're not gonna hide money in there because obviously we're telling all of you about this secret compartment that's now not so secret.
I told you there was gold in these walls.
Even better yet, chocolate sprinkles.
Well, I guess I can't put a Polaroid in here unless I roll it up. I might need a bigger bottle. Okay, to be determined. By the end of this episode, we will have the perfect glass to go in our little treasure hole. Treasure hole. All right, let's get to mixing. We've done it so many times now, but you had a few days off.
I know.
Got my mix. They brought it over to yoga corner. So I'm just gonna be finishing off this little section. But how good does this area look?
Here's a little flashback to what it looked like before it got grouted or pointed, as we say.
called Yoga Corner because this window is just at perfect eye level. Can you imagine doing sun salutations right here? Just gotta wrap my hair up here and tuck it under a beanie so it doesn't get all stiff when working with the lime and sand mixture that we have going on here. But I did want to mention that many of you had some very creative suggestions in the comments about different ways to use tools for pointing the stone walls, whether it's using trowels and things like that. But when it comes down to it, our fingers just really let us get into the little holes and crevices and have like a bit more control than using little trowels.
Also, the store was out of stock of the little trowels that we might have actually loved using, but by this point we were very used to using our fingers.
Drew's hands are okay now. Wearing double gloves was a very good tip. And something else that I want to mention is that being able to use our hands really makes me think about the hands that built these walls back centuries ago. So to think that our hands are touching where their hands once worked, it's just really special. I think we're always gonna look at these walls and admire not only our work, but the work of the people before us, because it is truly remarkable to have at least a portion of our home built stone by stone, hand by hand, and pointer finger by pointer finger, right? And I also thought that maybe we could use icing bags to like squeeze the mortar into the spaces in between the stones. We actually even bought some. Yeah, they're right here, and you see the little icing tips. But the thing is that our mortar mix is like so much thicker, and it doesn't come out as smooth as icing does. Also, there are machines. I've seen them before in other YouTube videos. We have never been able to find one where we live here. Also, it's like a hot lime mortar mix, so it's a warm mortar that comes out of that machine and like squirts in between the stones.
This centuries-old technique is essential for historic structures, allowing the stone walls to breathe and preventing the buildup of damaging moisture.
But yeah, we just don't have that in these here parts. So handiwork it is. I also wanted to show you two of these very special stones that I had found. This was actually from a beach off one of the coasts, but look at how beautiful those like crystals are in there. That's not a bad fit. And this one I got from Caldesh, where we had our meetup. So I thought it would be really special to be able to reflect on just our community, you know, online, and have like a little physical representation in our walls. It's time for me to get to work in this little corner over here. And while I do this, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy some clips from the past few days where Drew and Mario completely finished the stone pointing in the theater room. They did such a good job. And this whole area here is done too. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I'll let you guys catch up on all of those clips, and then I'll see you back here, and Drew and I will be finishing off the final touches of these walls. By the end of this episode, all of the stones will be pointed, they will be grouted. I can't believe I'm saying those words. So, anywho, enjoy the clips. We'll see you back here soon.
It's a fresh day inside the watermill, and we're glad you're here watching our videos. We hope we're sending a bit of joy from our casa, our house, to wherever you're watching our video, whether it's on your big screen, on your phone. And today's a big day. We're starting on a new room, our theater room here, high above the ground floor of the mill. This is a challenging room because all the pointing has to happen high up on this band of rocks up here, which means that Mario and I will be up on the scaffolding.
And while Drew and Mario worked up high, we had another friend helping us in the lower portion of the mill, where I later joined her once I was done editing on this particular afternoon. But with 4 extra hands, we were definitely moving a little bit faster, which we were so grateful for.
good consistency. Further ado, look at the beauty of this room. That feels good.
Before we reveal any more of the beauty, it's time for a quick snack break so we can thank the sponsor of today's episode, Bluetti, a technology pioneer in clean energy who is committed to creating a sustainable future by creating green energy storage solutions for both indoor and outdoor use. So if you guys have been with us for a while now, then you know we have been using our Bluetti portable power generators inside of the mill for so many of our projects. Not only do we use it to light up the mill when we're working in there late night, but right now we're using our Bluetti AC500 inside of our workshop container to power up our toaster oven. If there's one thing that Drew has missed having, living in our camper van now here on our land for 2 years, it's having toast, or at least anything toasted, nice and crispy. And our Bluetti is making Drew's toast dreams come true. And as you can see, there are 16 versatile plugs in our AC500 unit. Also want to show you that I love that we can see how much power the unit is outputting. And that is just powering up our refrigerator, which right now is at 43 degrees Fahrenheit. So this thing is chilly. And here it's powering up our toaster oven. Actually, we should probably turn it off now because at this point it's been toasting for a while. But look at that. Ooh, it is warm. That's nice. Ooh. And a nice and toasty pastel de nata. And now that the toaster oven is off, it's using just 59 watts or 60 watts of power for the fridge, or 57 watts or 56. And this system is expandable up to 6 of these batteries, making for, I believe, just over 18,000 watts, which is...
It's a lot of power. With the AC500, what's so great is you can withdraw all at one time 5,000 watts, which means you can power an air compressor, a vacuum, a grinder, a drill, like several things along with the lights. There's never not enough power when you're plugging into this unit.
If you are looking for a more sustainable way to power up your life, or if you want a way to back up your entire home for days, whether you had a power outage or some sort of a natural disaster, Bluetti is there to help provide a solution for you. And be sure to check out our link below and see what promos they have available. And we hope that you will find them as beneficial and
transformative in your life as they have been in ours. Now back to the show.
All right, we've made a lot of headway up there. Mario's doing the final scrub and brush up there. This whole section is looking great. We're actually just loving the little fort we've built up top up here. And over here on the other side of the room, let's see what's going on. Well, hello ladies, what's happening over here?
Hi, we are discussing the...
Well, tell us who your friend is first. Our friend.
Meet Abby.
Hi everyone.
Neighbor and friend.
Abby's doing a tremendous job. She started all over here the other day, worked her way over the beautiful window area, and now onto more in the kitchen.
We've been really blessed that it's been so rainy because that means that she's been available to help us.
I know. More hands on deck,
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
Yeah. And so we've just been like kind of discussing because we like when the stones pop a bit, but at the same time it's like a balance between how
How much depth there is.
Yeah,
And
so
the curvature of the stone, right?
yes, she's had the smart way of approaching it by like sort of applying it in layers, like the hole up there.
Yeah, this is a hefty hole, and you can't just fill it from below because there's a whole cavity up higher in there.
So almost like a little bit each day, or
What's the method and key to
Yeah.
your madness?
When the hole is too deep, you cannot just fill it at once
Yeah.
because you need to have like a base. So you do it in stages. This one, for instance, definitely gonna have some stones to create some kind of a
And get it going.
consistency.
you know
Yeah.
what we can't forget to do, and I think this hole is perfect. Somebody said that we have to put like a message in our wall, like a bottle with a message in it. I think we should put it up there.
It's a great spot for it.
Yeah, we'll find some glass jar. It'll take up a nice bit of volume.
I thought you just put it like on a piece of paper and then put the clay over it, or the mortar.
But then the jar, one jar takes up more space. Two, someone could actually read the
That's
message.
true.
Otherwise, it's just lost forever.
Like those little jars our magic dust comes in.
Yeah, but we don't need to jar the magic dust within itself.
Of course. Are you making pottery balls over there?
I am indeed.
They're finding the perfect consistency in which they can just make a ball and toss it and get it to stick right into the wall. Show us how it's done.
She added a little more water and it actually is working really well. I was struggling with like crumb throwing. It dries a little bit fast.
Yeah, it's like drinking it.
So here you go.
Mario and I were having a joke and saying, does your wall need a rock?
Or is your wall tired of standing? We will massage it for you.
Mario, aren't you the best at massaging walls?
It's the stone spa.
The stone spa. Squish, push,
There we go.
all the nooks and crannies.
It's sort of like filling it to the lip of the face of the rock, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I like the smear method where you just like smear it
Yeah.
underneath and it adheres.
Yeah. One day this will be a kitchen and we'll be making cookies instead of masa.
It is really nice to have the heater over here though. That's been the MVP. Warm up the fingers. Can you tell us your choice of clothing today and explain article by article?
Well, these shoes were given to us for free.
Yeah, thanks Cow Cow.
Yep.
It's a nice little pink plaid flare,
They are warm and waterproof.
waterproof.
And then we have our little boy camo pants.
Because Brittany does wear youth extra large.
I do. They're like €8. It's the best trick. And I got my Super Bowl shirt on. Super Bowl XL3.
But you did go to the Super Bowl like
I did go
a
to
decade ago.
It's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then a little vest, which, darn it. Hopefully I don't mess up too much.
Are those your work clothes?
Yeah, this is from the grocery store.
It's keeping you warm.
Free beanie, yeah. You gotta keep the cowl out of the hair, otherwise you're gonna have to shower again at the end of the day. I made the mistake of showering this morning. Anyway, bandana's much cuter, but anywho, that is OOTD, outfit of the day.
Come on up.
Wow.
Up above our craggy rock climbing wall. I actually scaled this earlier this morning before we got all the scaffolding set up here. And
Yeah,
I was like doing finger handholds. I felt like Alex Honnold up here.
cool.
Free soloing. What do you think of the wall?
I think it looks great.
Yeah, we have a really nice texture going on. Mara and I crushed this out today.
Yeah, you have like a nice smooth grout texture.
Yeah, it's like super suave, right?
Wow, good job.
But how much can I say that this is such a cool spot to like hang out? Like in the future, building something up here would be like the ultimate dream, because you could just like lounge and just observe the whole room.
It's like the bird's nest.
It's called the nest.
Yeah, the nest. You want to come see what I've been doing?
Yeah, I'm very happy with how secure our scaffolding is. It's quite the contraption, guys.
Nelson came over yesterday and he was telling Drew that there's a quarry in this municipality that has like beautiful granite that you can get for things, and they actually export a ton of the granite to build the palaces in other parts of the world.
In the Middle East, in Japan, it's a special granite that has like a glass effect to it.
Yeah.
And it's super beautiful. Nelson told me the name, but I can't remember, so we'll put it right here.
Every wall is a different experience. Like the foyer wall is so different looking from this wall, and this is so different from what you've been working on. We're still learning. Every rock is its own animal.
Sure is.
And that rock by you is like a cute little belly rock.
That's the belly button.
Find some lint in there.
So with all these unique walls around our house, Brittany and I knew absolutely why we fell in love with this place, because of its uniqueness, and having these stones is something we treasure very much. So all this time, labor of love is going to be so meaningful when we've completed and are living in our house.
You bonding?
Can you believe she just crawled up here after dinner and just hopped right on my lap? I don't know who's more at home right now, me or Minu.
Minu.
Your little dog. Can you believe, like, they came to our land, we're totally feral, and look at them now.
Yeah, we know you guys love seeing how happy they are. So do we.
We give them a lot of attention, and they give us a lot of attention, too.
We do.
It's reciprocated.
Are you guys comfortable? Is this how you snuggle? Good night.
Okay. How's it coming along today?
Nearly this whole wall is almost done. We got the corner left. And it looks great. I'm just doing a finger snap. Because everybody's probably very tired of watching us point. So let's just do one of these. Tink. Drew is Michelangelo over here.
Call me Stonemason Drew.
Yeah.
I'm basically reconfiguring the bottom of this wall. It's like the people many eons ago dumped a whole bag of concrete or cal here, and it formed. And what's really unique, as I'm like opening and smoothing things away here, like this is my massive pile of debris I've chiseled away. But it's like there's a hard granite stone that seems to be rounded.
Yeah, it looks like another moat.
This whole area here, and I think that potentially could have been an old mill wheel, an old stone.
And right below us here is one of the original, what we think is a Roman millstone.
Yeah, right here.
And then we got the millstones up there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if we look at it from this angle, it definitely looks like one that's
right
vertical, yeah. You guys are doing a great job. I know the bottom, all the way across, kind of had just a bunch of old mortar.
Yeah, it was a spot that maybe it needed more cleaning from when I had gotten here before, many months ago. But this is our crag, and in the future, our children will rock climb on it.
Or even us.
Actually, I was up there earlier, but I'm very proud of these little
I love them.
keystone, maybe put candles on them in the future.
They were sort of there, left
Yeah.
in by the previous owners.
Yeah, so I just made those a feature
They look
in our crag.
beautiful, like really nice. Oh, and we found a seashell right there.
Yeah, it's a very creative process of like how we want to shape and mold all the mortar. Take me back to my childhood when I used to play with silly putty.
Good. I'm glad you're having fun and being silly.
Yeah, right over. Yeah, it comes from the mountain that direction. Totally different. A lot of water right now. Isn't that cool? Like a totally different path of water. There's always so much to look at when it rains around here. And you don't realize that water comes from that way, but it's because of the contours of the mountain over there. It's really important that we open this up just a little bit more and knock out the old bits that are in between the bricks. That way we can take a little bit more of the cal plaster and get it shoved in here to give it one nice, clean, symmetrical look across the whole entirety of these bricks. One thing I especially like is a little keystone right here that sits in the V directly in the middle of the door frame. Super special. It's a little extra effort to detail that helps clean off these bricks and get rid of any of the old concrete that is stuck on here. Especially when they were making all of these walls and doing the plaster work up here, bits of it dripped down, so that's why I'm coming back through, cleaning it as part of the final look for what this section in this area will look like. Ooh, look at those pop.
They really pop, don't they?
Making moves, making moves.
We made it all the way to yoga corner. Wow.
So good.
One of our favorite little spots in the house. our two new beautiful gemstones in the wall. I'm sure it'll all look even better once it's dry. It gives the wall some sparkle and depth where there otherwise might have just been like a gaping hole of mortar or two. I can't wait to see what it looks like dry. Wow. I can hardly believe that I'm saying this, but one of the literally hardest and most tedious jobs of our entire renovation is complete. Like the cleaning of the stones, the pointing of the stones, the putting more stones in the wall. These gemstones here, which are, I believe they're amethyst. These were given to us by a friend in honor of Lee when she passed, so even Lee is built into our walls. And I have to say, looking around, I just feel like I'm definitely surrounded by history and love, because this was a labor of love. Babe, you did such an incredible job. I hope you know that. And I will forever think of that when we're living in here, which I can hardly believe that's gonna happen. I just feel like we work here, but sure enough, one day we will be living inside. Remember this room?
Our first wall.
Wow, we learned a lot in this one. But I think it came out pretty great. And the granddaddy, the tallest wall of them all.
That was 4 days of labor for 2 people.
Oh my gosh, but I have to say it might be my favorite.
Remember when we got here and there wasn't even a door?
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's been here at least 6 months. Oh my goodness. Smells a little musty.
It's a little... Oh, it's even more grand than I remember. We gotta go in this room first. This is my favorite room of the house. And remember this room? The electricians still gotta do their thing over there.
It'll get finished.
Got our own rock climbing wall. We love the crag. Although we might have to have like special socks for climbing the crag, or else we'll have little footprints all over it in the future, but.
My rain boots definitely aren't the easiest. Let's just hang out up here.
You don't look very comfortable.
I feel like a leprechaun.
But I do love these little shelves that you put here. Where's our statue? Our water maiden. She's got a lovely shelf just for her, right where we found her.
It truly does feel like we're going to be living inside a museum. And what a multicultural crew. We had a French lady and a German guy and 2 Americans completing these walls. They're so beautiful to look at.
I hope you guys could just like really take it in. You know, you might not be here physically, but you are here in spirit. And if you could just feel what it feels like to be inside of the watermill right now.
It's a special place.
Yeah, it feels more like a home than ever.
We're getting there slowly.
And because the original jar that we used for our little secret magic hole, what are we calling that? Message in a bottle hole? It got a little bit dirtied in the process of perfecting the process here. But as you can see,
Every homeowner has to have a good place to hide cool knickknacks.
that's right. And what I plan on hiding inside of our special bottles. Here, here they are. Polaroids.
Very cool.
So we're gonna be able to open up our little jar and just be flooded with memories of all the friends who have visited here throughout the process of building our home. You guys might know them. It's the newbies. Remember when they visited? We got Nelson. More of Nelson. We have our sweet friends, the realtor of the mill, the whole reason really that this is possible, you know? And then Bill and Natalie, remember them from our meetup? Anyway, you guys are gonna be living in our walls too.
Everybody has their own treasures.
And ours are moments with special people.
More to come. That thing's gonna get really full soon.
I know, isn't that fun? Oh, I guess this jar is a different size than the other jar.
What?
But that's okay, because we have more honey. This is from our favorite little cafe.
I built it custom.
Honey. Yeah, so guess we'll just have to finish another jar of honey, but until now, that one can stick out like a gem. I like it. It's kind of like a little glass bubble. The mortar around it also still needs to dry.
Yeah, this got put in like 2 days ago, and it was super wet when I put it up there.
Yeah, all the final touches sort of required a wetter mix, but feeling very, very accomplished.
Very grateful that we are beyond this step of building.
So thank you guys for sticking around for all of the hours of cleaning and pointing, all of the hard work. It really means a lot to us, and you'll probably be relieved to hear that we have other projects moving forward.
Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of our video. We appreciate you guys.
We'll put a link to the entire Stonewall playlist here for you if you haven't seen it, but know how much we love and appreciate you, and especially our patrons. Your added support means the world. If you're interested in becoming a patron, please don't hesitate. The more the merrier. We love you guys.
We'll see you next episode.